Mall of America. It's home to world-class shopping, great dining, and amazing attractions and events. And these are our stories, presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.
Welcome to So Much More. I am your host, Dan Jasper. If you've watched other episodes, you know one thing about me. I like to give really long introductions. Not today, because I am really excited to talk to my two guests today because it's my favorite topic in the whole world. I love it so much. It is the Great Minnesota Get Together, and it is so much more than 12 days of fun. It's part of Minnesota culture and history, and it's happening. It's all starting tomorrow. My guests are the CEO, Renee Alexander. She's going to talk about her journey from her very humble beginnings with the State Fair to how she got to where she is today and some of the amazing things she's learned along the way. And my friend, my colleague, our director of marketing here at Mall of America, Kelsey Cunningham. Kelsey's awesome. She knows everything about the fair. I think I know everything about the fair. Clearly, Renee knows everything about the fair. Kelsey might have both of us beat. I'm just saying, I don't know. But welcome, both of you. How are you doing?
Great. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited. It's my favorite time of the year, too.
I think it's most Minnesotans' favorite time of the year, right?
We all look forward to it, for sure.
You know, and I love it because the articles start coming out like in January when they're hinting at some new foods. You guys do a great job, by the way, of keeping the story fresh. And here we've announced one act for the grandstand. And here you do a really good job, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly intentional on our part to just kind of sprinkle in things throughout the year, just to hopefully kind of keep the fair relevant and keep it, on your minds. And I think, the fair is a lot like the holidays where it's all about the anticipation. I think that's a big part of it, of just that excitement of that last kind of end of summer kind of thing that happens year after year.
And speaking of anticipation, you started there. Can you tell me how many years ago and in what capacity?
Sure. Yeah, I started there in 1989 as an intern in the entertainment department. So I was a communications major at River Falls, UW River Falls, and I needed an internship. And I interviewed with the sales department at the fair. And I, growing up, I had gone to the fair, but it never occurred to me that people actually worked there. I just assumed, people just showed up, flipped on the lights, and this magical thing just appeared. So I interviewed with the sales department, which handles all of the licensing of all the food and beverage vendors. They handle the carnival, all the merchandise vendors. And I was not hired. So I did not get the first job that I applied for at the fair.
Oh, wow.
And then I got a call from a woman who was running the entertainment department by the name of Karen Leach. And she said, we have a position open. At that time, it was called the amusements department, and managed all of the free entertainment that happens on the fairgrounds. So I met with her and just clicked immediately. She hired me on the spot. So I started that summer working in the entertainment department, working on things like the parade and the amateur talent contest. And I'll never forget the Friday before the fair began, sitting in my office, and a high wire walker came in, an elephant trainer.
Oh my gosh.
And I met the gentlemen who were running the midway at that time. And I'm like, this is the best place in the world. So then I was hired full time. So I was there for 5 years. Working in the entertainment department, and then went out into the great big wide world and did event planning and worked for V Corporation, Sesame Street Live. And then 20 years ago, I got a call and asked if I was interested in coming back as entertainment director. And I said, I'm not leaving this time.
Yeah.
So here I am.
That's awesome.
And you did it. I love that.
Yeah.
You talk about meeting the elephant trainer and the high wire walker and everyone. That sounds a lot like this place, doesn't it?
I was thinking the same
there are a
thing.
lot of similarities between...
Absolutely. There are definitely a lot of similarities between the Mall of America and the State Fair.
A lot of fun things to do. A lot of people there. Great people watching both places.
Absolutely.
I love it so much.
And something for everyone. I mean, I think we both strive to provide something for everyone.
Absolutely. And then, so from your humble beginnings as an intern, Which, by the way, for anyone looking for internships, a really good reminder, we have a lot of people at the mall in successful high-level positions that started as interns. Renee is another really good example, is internships can be very valuable, right? You learn so much, you get your foot in the door. But I was going to say, now when you walk in the State Fair gates, let's say tomorrow morning when the fair opens for the first time, opening day of the State Fair 2025, how does it feel different than that first day when you walked in?
Well, I would say, so I took over the role of CEO in 2023. So this will be my third fair as CEO. And I mean, there's a little heavier load that I'm carrying than I was when I first walked in. I've certainly learned a tremendous amount over the course of time. And, but the one feeling that stays with me is just that feeling of anticipation and excitement. And, we work as a team all year round. And when it comes to fruition and you open those gates, and I get to like ring a cowbell when the gates open at 7 a.m. on Snelling Avenue.
Like, I'm ready.
Not on Snelling Avenue, but yes, to open the gates.
Yeah.
And just, that we've all worked so hard and everyone shows up. They're like, they came. They all came. And just to see the excitement on people's faces as they come through the gate and, hearing them say that the fair is their happy place. And it's just such an incredible feeling.
It is so much fun. Kelsey, who does an amazing job here at Mall of America, but I knew you loved the fair.
Yeah, big fan.
Had no idea how much you love the fair. Talk about when you first went to the fair and kind of your tradition every year.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I've been going to the fair, my parents will say, ever since I was a baby, like 1 year old. I was born August 23rd, so my birthday falls around State Fair time. Sometimes it normally hits during the State Fair. But yeah, so it's always been a tradition. And the last 24 years, we've actually been camping out at the State Fair.
Oh, you have?
Yes. So my family,
That's a coveted, highly coveted. To be able to camp at the fair.
Yes, so we've gotten
amazing.
a spot and now we're kind of grandfathered in. So every year we have our pop-up camper and we camp out at the fair. Last year my parents camped 12 days out there.
Wow.
The first time. But yeah, we get ready in the water tower, take showers in the water tower there, right off of Snelling.
Yeah.
And then I've worked at the Minnesota State Fair, worked at the mouth trap inside of the food building. So lots of experience at the fair.
Oh, that's amazing.
Big fan. Yes.
So let's talk some numbers here really quickly because a lot of people work at the fair, right? And a lot of them have a first job experience or it's a great summer job experience for high school or college kids. Talk some numbers about how many people work there, some of the economic impact, some of that stuff.
Yeah, so we have a full-time staff of 90 that work year-round. So the fairgrounds, it's 322 acres, and we're responsible for all of the care and maintenance and preservation of the fairgrounds. So we've got a lot of crew that are working there year-round. We ramp up, we add about another 100 folks or so during the summer of seasonal staff. By fair time, we're close to 3,000 employees. And then you look at vendors, we estimate with vendors, we're probably about 10,000 folks that are working out there. And then we have volunteers that also take on different roles at the fair as well. So we essentially build up to be our own city for those 12 days. From an economic impact standpoint, it's been a while since we've done one, but we estimate it's about $300 million annually. So it's pretty.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, especially in 12 days. I mean, that's.
And I think in terms of per capita per day, we're the largest state fair, I believe. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And I know a big state down south likes to claim, but they're open a lot longer. That's all I'm saying.
They are.
I love the state fair. I think most Minnesota state fair goers will say this is the best state fair in the world, and I know other states may claim the same.
Well, I don't know if you know this, Dan, but we just won USA Today's Reader's Choice poll for #1 fair in the nation. So us Minnesotans will say, we're a bigger fair, we're a pretty good, but yes. It was spoken truly.
Yep,
I voted 12 times. I'm just saying.
I said, vote early and vote often.
Exactly, right? There's a lot of loyalty with the Minnesota State Fair, and I'm wearing a shirt from 2020. And that's one of the things people get souvenirs every year as well. Yeah. Kelsey, what's your favorite souvenir you've ever gotten at the State Fair?
Okay, the buttons. We get the buttons.
Do you pick up the buttons every year?
Yes. have a
That's
collection of
great.
them. Yes.
What's your favorite souvenir, Renee, that you ever get or have gotten?
I think one of the things for me is, so we do special staff pins that have the year. So we all collect our annual
nice.
staff pin
Yeah.
that has some artwork on it. Another thing for me, because I still book the grandstand entertainment, is my backstage laminates. So I'll keep those every year and just
Yeah.
kind of stack them up. But, after 20 years, the years start to run together. So it's
Yep.
like, is that the year that happened?
Yeah.
Or, and I'm sure it's the same for you, Kelsey. It's like, what was that
Yeah.
the year? Like last year, if you were camping, I mean, there were storms that came through.
Yeah, there were.
Yeah.
Some trees down and some branches. Yeah, you kind of forget. Even I think the first day there was some storms, but we stuck it out.
We
and
all pulled together
Yeah,
to make it-
and
make it
everyone
happen.
showed up the next day.
Yeah.
And,
Last year was the first year that we know in history that we actually opened late.
Wow.
So
That's right. A
Yeah,
lot of
we
rain.
we'd opened at 9 a.m. on the Tuesday because of the storm that had blown through. It was like 5 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah,
and
that's
we
right.
had all kinds of folks that were camping. And
Yep.
Yeah, I
on
have it on good
grounds
authority. Nice weather the next 12 days.
Thank you.
That's all I'm saying. I just
Thank
know
you.
this for a fact, right? It's so much fun. You talked
We
about
will
the
take it.
grandstand for a
Yeah.
minute, so got to talk about the grandstand that you're still booking shows there.
Mm-hmm.
What's the favorite show you ever booked in your history at the
gosh,
fair?
there are so many that have been just so memorable to me. I think one of them, just like I grew up on like traditional old school country. So I had one of Merle Haggard's last shows, and he was co-headlining with Chris Christopherson, and Sturgill Simpson opened for him.
Wow.
Okay.
Aretha
Fun.
Franklin.
Oh, yeah.
Like having,
Yes.
I mean, she was not only this incredible force in music, but a cultural icon.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
To have her perform there. Macklemore, right after Thrift Shop had
my goodness.
had blown up. And that, the fun thing, well, it wasn't fun at the time, but we had storms blow through, and we
Yeah.
actually had to evacuate the grandstand.
Oh my gosh.
Before, and Chance the Rapper was the opener, so we had to cut Chance short, evacuate, and then bring everybody back in for the show that night. So, yeah,
But the
there's
show
so
went
many.
on.
That's
and
crazy.
the show goes on. Yeah, the
and
show
just
went
the
on.
logistics, I'm sure, that goes into evacuating and bringing back everyone in and
Absolutely.
the tickets.
Yeah,
The
and
team
there's,
is
you know,
just-
we're the last couple of weeks, you know, we're doing a lot of staff training and orientation, and we,
Yeah.
you know, run through evacuation plans and training,
Yeah.
and we've just got incredible resources that help us, you know, from a safety and security standpoint that really make the fair run and keep everybody safe and,
Yeah.
and work through. I mean, it's outdoors. It's
Yep.
unpredictable.
Yep.
Yeah, and
So-
we deal with it, right?
Absolutely.
And it's perfect. Kelsey, what's your favorite grandstand show you ever saw, or your most memorable?
Yes. Okay. Well, I have two. I saw Christina Aguilera. She was my first concert that I went to in
amazing.
2000. And then my favorite concert was Smash Mouth. Smash Mouth, Jim Blossoms, and Sugar Ray were the three. But that was like
Oh,
my
wow.
favorite concert at the fair.
That's great.
I love
Yeah.
it. I think my favorite, it was not actually at the grandstand. I think it was at one of the smaller stages, was Weird Al Yankovic.
Oh my God.
I don't know, maybe 20 years ago
Yeah.
or something. It was awesome.
I think that was more like 35 years
Wow.
ago.
You're going right there, Renee.
Sorry.
Just
Got
like
it.
that.
Got it down.
Well, and Kelsey, the Christina Aguilera, that show actually holds the record for the most tickets sold for
really?
a grandstand show, because we were in a different configuration then. The
Okay.
fair, the grandstand used to have a half-mile track, and we
Yeah.
would do racing on the last day of the fair. You probably remember this
Yeah, I do.
too, Dan.
Yeah.
And
So cool.
So the seating capacity then was about a little over 20,000.
Okay.
So I mean, that was the biggest sellout we ever
Oh, wow.
had. And then we reconfigured the grandstand in 2004 and
Yeah.
made it more of an amphitheater type
Yep, okay.
configuration. So
Oh,
yeah,
very
so you
cool.
were
That's a
part
fun- yep,
of
I was
Minnesota
there.
State Fair history.
I was there. It was the best concert. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I really remember it being so
Yeah.
cool. But
Well, I love the way the fair evolves. I think part of this is due to your predecessor and great leader, right, for many
Yes,
years.
absolutely.
And then your leadership and the whole team, but also the foundation, I think, plays into this, right? The improvements over the years that I've seen, like the interior of the grandstand, it feels so much more boutique-ish now and fun. And you walk up the ramp, and my favorite, Adam Turman's there.
Right at the top.
And Christopher Straub has a booth up there. And I know a lot of your vendors. They're awesome. And then you walk around the fair. And I remember when there were really small, old, not so nice restrooms. And now there's beautiful restrooms everywhere that are big. And
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about the importance of continually upgrading the grounds.
Oh, it's huge. Again, 322 acres, and we have, some really iconic structures that are on the fairgrounds, the Egg Hort building, the grandstand, these buildings that are over 100 years old. So we're always investing in them to keep those, up and working well. But restrooms are a big part of it. You mentioned my predecessor, Jerry Hammer. He says you're only as good as your bathrooms. And that is something that
there's truth there.
There's truth to that. I mean, you're going to stay somewhere longer, enjoy yourself more if you have facilities that are clean and accessible and easy to find and use and not have to wait in line. So it is really the foundation of what we do, of keeping up the grounds. You mentioned the foundation. They've been around for a little over 20 years and have certainly helped fund a lot of those projects and the capital improvements we do. So we don't receive any government funds at all.
Yeah.
So everything we do comes from our general operating or the foundation or the ability to borrow. So,
I'm going to call three things into effect here on bathrooms. This is going to sound really weird, but the State Fair, very nice bathrooms. Mall of America, very nice bathrooms. MSP Airport. Right?
100%.
It's important to make people feel clean and comfortable and welcome, right? There as well.
It's a subtle thing, but it shows you care.
It shows you care.
It does.
Yeah.
I care about the north entrance of the mall. I keep saying the mall. I'm sorry. They're interchangeable to me. They're both home to me, quite honestly,
Right.
of the State Fair. And that whole area has changed the last few years, too, among so many other areas. But talk a little bit about that and those first impressions.
Sure. Yeah. The North End, it has a long history it was Machinery Hill.
Yep.
It started out, it was farm implements. And just as the landscape has changed, agricultural implement dealers weren't interested in bringing their equipment there. And we have been able to spread out and develop that. We built the North End Event Center in 2019. And so we're able to bring, museum quality exhibits to that space. This year we have a great Journey to Space exhibit with another Minnesota institution, the Science Museum, the
And they're
Minnesota Science
awesome.
Museum, and NASA have been building an exhibit. I've gotten a sneak peek of it, and it's pretty great. We've got great new bathrooms up there that we built in 2018.
Check those out.
Yep.
Yeah, and in fair years, it's like new. 2018 feels new to us. But
I love them.
when you have buildings that are 100 years old,
Yep.
2018 feels new. So, and we're continuing to add additional. We've got some great new food vendors that are going to be up there. Rick's Pizza, who has been become a new iconic food option, we're adding a second location for them up north. So,
Okay, awesome.
yeah, and there's some other new special surprises that will be coming up there. So, yeah, I think as our attendance has grown, finding a way to provide a good experience for all, and that's about spreading out the crowds when we have those big weekend days.
Well, you and your team have done a great job of that, and that's what that enhanced North End has done. It's helped draw some of the folks up that way. Tomorrow, Kelsey, Mall of America. Now, I'm not going to interchange them as much. Mall of America is going to be at the State Fair, right?
We will be.
Can you talk a little bit about where we're going to be and what we'll be doing? This is our third year?
This is our third year out at the State Fair. I almost said Mall of America, too. Yes, it's our third year having a booth out at the State Fair.
Did you have anything to do with this, Kelsey?
Of course I did.
She does not sleep, similar to you and your team.
I've been on the committee, leading the committee. Yes, this has been my favorite project to work on.
We should go.
Yes, exactly. So this is our third year out there this year, and each year we keep adding more and more. So this year, no different. We are giving away over 5,000 prizes. So we have a really fun spin the wheel so everyone can walk away with a prize. And then we have our MOA tote bags. So these were super popular the last couple years. They're our reusable, colorful Mall of America bags. We gave them away the first year and they quickly became a fan favorite. And we saw people all around the fair with these tote bags. So we're giving away more of those this year as well. And then we have bigger prizes too. So we have every hour you can come back to our booth, enter to win different prizes. They're are worth over $250, from a pair of shoes from New Balance to a Labubu from Pop Mart. Yes.
Labubu?
We have a Labubu.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yes. So lots of new prizes. And then, of course, we'll have SpongeBob out there again this year. Everyone loves him. And we'll have Dora this year as well.
That's so much fun. And that's up on Machinery Hill area.
Yep. So we'll be right off of Wright and Underwood.
Perfect. And then you have some other companies come in and do this type of thing as well. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Throughout the fair. And
Don't quiz me on who's coming
that's
when.
okay. That's okay.
We won't.
But the idea is to give different brands within Mall of America within the Mall of America. Oh my gosh, there we go again, and we're not going to edit that. Within Minnesota, the opportunity to have some exposure to your guests, right?
Yeah. 12 days out at the fair for a lot of companies, it's a heavy lift. We love our partners that come for the full 12 days.
Wild.
But being able to give another option to do a one-day activation on the fairgrounds, we're thrilled to be able to that we've been able to carve out this new space to do that. So we're excited you're day one.
Yes, I know. Day one is the best.
I'll have to get in line for my tote bag early.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
Come find me. I'll get you
Well,
one.
yeah, you know someone. Our time's running short already, which I can't believe because I want to talk about parades and I want to talk about vendors and I want to talk about everything, and we can't talk about everything.
So much.
But first of all, I'm going to ask if there's anything specifically you want to talk about, Renee, before I go into my final couple of questions. Anything you want to bring up to our listeners about your team, about the fair?
Oh, I think for me, it's really, just appreciation for the team and all of the people that it takes to bring it together. It truly is a village of folks that, work so hard. And, for our full-time staff who are on it year round, and then when we have the other folks, start to come in, our 12-day people who are so excited, it just lifts all of us up. And so I just have a thank you to everybody that makes it happen. And also to all the people in Minnesota. I mean, we really look at this as we're the caretakers of this great institution, and we're here to carry the tradition forward for all of Minnesota.
I love that.
I don't know if I can ask this. Well, I can ask it.
You can
don't know
ask
if you can
whatever you
answer
want.
it.
The answer is the question.
Do you have kind of a go-to food that you enjoy, or is that picking a favorite?
They're all my favorite.
Right. They're all my favorite children.
Here's what I will say. I am so glad that I'm there for all 12 days so I can hit all of my traditions. I'm staying for you, Kelsey.
Yep.
I'm sure that it's
What's your fave, Kelsey?
Okay, well, combos. Okay, and also, Renee, I know that you love the gizmo.
I do love the gizmo.
Yeah.
The gizmo and a pickle beer from Giggles. That
there you
combination
go.
together, and they're
Good
both kind of in
combination,
the
yeah.
same area.
I've
love
even
it.
tried to make the gizmo at home.
You have.
I have. Oh, it's never as good.
Yeah, of course.
It's never as good.
How about, can you give a couple of tips for somebody who may be new going to the state fair?
Sure.
A couple of tips. I'm going to ask both of you.
Yeah, I think one of the big tips is plan ahead as far as we have a great mobile app that you can download, the State Fair's official app that gives you all kinds of information. And we all know one of the biggest challenges when you have 200,000 people going to one location, that how to get there. So planning ahead on, we have an incredible park and ride system. So really thinking about kind of your plan A, plan B on how you're going to get to the fair. And then, if you've got kids with you, stop by our info booths and get a wristband.
Yes.
And we've got all kinds of services there to help you throughout your day. So I think spending some time on our website and our app and kind of figuring out what you want to do. But I think one of the beautiful things of the fair is just wandering.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just wandering. Again,
I
a lot
agree.
like Mall of America.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kelsey, tips for people going.
Yeah, I would say go on the attractions. Try it.
Right.
If you haven't been on the giant slide in a while, buy a ticket, take the ride, go on it, go on the Sky Glider. That's one of my favorites.
I love fine arts and creative arts and those buildings, right? They're so much fun. For me, we're going to do a quiz, if that's all right. We're going to round this up, and then we'll close with this. And how this is going to happen is I'm going to ask Kelsey if she knows the answer, and then I'm going to look to Renee to see if she's right or not. Oh, no. So,
And then we'll see if Renee's right.
And then we'll
That is
see.
the other question.
in what year was the very first Minnesota State Fair held?
1912.
Renee, was that right?
It was not.
Do you know the year?
Well, this is kind of a trick question.
Not the exposition, State Fair.
Yeah, because 1854 was when the first,
Yep.
yeah, when it was a territorial, so 1859.
18 when we were a state.
859.
Exactly. It was a trick
Wow.
question.
Okay.
Good
It was
job.
a trick question, yes. And the fair moved around a lot. It's
It
been at
did?
that
It did.
location since 1885,
Yep.
but it moved around throughout the state
Yep.
until it landed there.
Because it
That's
was
very
really
cool. I know.
farming, right? It was agricultural.
It's still, and which is still the root of what we
Yes.
do. It's agriculture.
Yep.
That's very
Absolutely.
cool.
Question, approximately how many different types of food on a stick
Oh my gosh.
can you find this year?
Ooh, I would say 50.
Any idea? Is she right?
I don't think she's right.
Do you know the number?
Do you think it's more?
I think it's more, but I'm not sure.
Well, according to the Google Meister, it is 60 this
Okay.
year. So I don't know if that's right or not, but I think so.
I think you should get a win for that one.
Thank
You were
you. I was
close.
kinda
I'll give it to you.
close.
I'll give it
Because
to
I was
you.
going to
Thank
go
you
way
both.
higher than
Okay,
that. So
give it to
I feel
you.
good about that.
Which iconic soul singer, booked by Renee herself, performed at the grandstand in 2014?
In 2014,
Yep. You may not know this one. Do you want to pass?
I'll pass.
Aretha,
I was
yes.
gonna guess it, but I was like, that's too easy.
Right, I
Oh,
know.
that's
I can't
amazing.
believe I
You talked to us.
Foreshadowing. I should have
I
guessed
didn't
it.
even. I did not know the questions.
In 1901, this United States vice president famously said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick," at the Minnesota State Fair. Who was it? I actually knew this too.
I'm passing this over to Renee.
You know, I feel like these should be multiple choice.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
Was it Ronald Reagan?
Okay.
Was it Joe Biden? Or was it Teddy Roosevelt?
Was it Ronald Reagan?
No. It could have been. It wasn't. It was Teddy Roosevelt. What was the single day attendance record for the state fair? I'll ask what year.
Oh, okay. What year?
Yeah.
2019.
The 2019's right.
Okay.
Isn't it?
We'll go with that. That's not what Google
No.
said, but
what
yes.
Did what did Google say?
It's a 2023, but I think it's single day, not overall.
okay.
It said it was 270,426
Yes.
people in
Okay. And that was 2023.
in 2023, but 2019 was the overall highest
Yes.
attendance
Okay.
year.
Yep.
Yes.
And it's so fun to see those record-breaking days and years. It's crazy.
I love
you
it.
guys continue to
and we
beat
all
them every
watch the
year.
news and we all watch the Star
Yes.
Tribune. I know we're running a little bit long, but at least I do. Avid fans do, because we want to know by Labor Day, did we do it?
Yeah.
Did we break the record?
And
we
was
break
I
the
there that
record?
day? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is the fair's Miracle of Birth Center lets you watch live animals give birth. How many animals approximately are born at the fair each year?
20.
60?
According to Google, it's more than 200.
Is it that many?
Oh my
Well, a lot of litters.
Like little chickens?
They're thinking,
too?
yes, the chicks and
Yeah,
the
everything.
Okay.
And my
Yes.
grandkids absolutely
I
love that place.
It's such a great
It's
place.
so much fun.
And it's based on where the fair is located. A lot of our audience comes from, the metro area that doesn't
Yeah.
have
Yes.
access to farm animals.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of folks, their first time experience with.
I know, and they get to
It's
see it
amazing.
close up.
It's great.
I'm going to do two more questions really quick. The all-you-can-eat corn roast, which is my favorite food, goes through roughly how many ears of corn during the fair per day?
Per day, 25,000. That's a little high. 2,000
Oh, what do you think?
per day.
I will go with 8,000.
The correct answer is 25,000 ears of corn a day.
Are you kidding?
Right there. Yes.
No way.
Really?
I was
Wow.
like, that can't be.
Yes.
That's crazy.
And then this is for you, Kelsey. What's the official nickname for the Minnesota State Fair? And if you do not get this right,
Oh my gosh, I'm panicking. The official nickname? The Great Minnesota Get Together?
There you go.
yes, the
Okay,
Minnesota
I was
Great
like,
Get Together.
I can't get this
The
wrong.
pressure's on. The pressure's on. We're really excited that Mall of America is going to be out at the State Fair tomorrow. Kelsey and I are so excited that the next 12 days, you and your team get to shine. We know you work all year on this, but we want to commend you for the work that all of you do because you're amazing at what you do. And where can people find out more information on the fair, on transportation, anything like that?
mnstatefair.org.
It's easy, right?
Yes.
And get the app. Download the
Yes,
Minnesota
and
State
the
Fair
app.
official app. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yes.
It tells you all the new foods. It tells
Yes.
you all the exhibits, everything you need to know, right?
It's great. It's all there at your fingertips, and you can take it walking around the fairgrounds with you. So
All right.
it's
I
wonderful.
love it. Here's to 12 days of fun and beautiful weather and being at the Great Minnesota Get Together. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you.
We're so
Thanks.
excited to see you there.
It's going to be fun. And we will see all of you out at the State Fair. Thanks for watching so much more. Please subscribe, like, tell all your friends. But more than anything, get out to the State Fair because you want to be there. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to So Much More, a Mall of America podcast. Subscribe wherever you find your favorite podcasts. This show is presented by Bloomington, Minnesota Travel and Tourism.